Good evening and welcome to Urban Smash TV with your host Emma Bakari. Now I have very silly have gone to sit outside and it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain right now. Literally I can feel it on me, but well, do you know what? I'm gonna suffer for my art. If you have just joined, this is Urban Smash TV, and in a moment I'm gonna speak to the very beautiful Grace Mouat. And if you would like any questions to Grace, if you want to ask her any questions, then please just write it down in the comments. But before I chat to Grace, let me just tell you a little bit about Urban Smash TV. We are a web-based channel. We interview absolutely anyone from the entertainment industry, and if you have missed out on any of our interviews, then please make sure you follow at Urban Smash TV and you can catch up with any of the interviews from myself or from Stephen. It is raining, so do you know what? I'm going to tell you about Grace. Grace Mouat is an actor, dancer, singer. You may know her from the award-winning musical Six. She's also in the award-winning musical and Juliet. She is so talented and I'm so excited to have her today and to chat to her. So let's get her on. Hello, Grace. Okay, let's see if I can add ya.
Let's see. I don't want to get rained on. We're waiting. Hi, Grace.
That was literally like the nicest intro I think I've ever had.
Oh, really?
I'm like, oh my god, it's me.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm loving the dress.
Thank you. I thought I'm going to dress up for my garden. Have to.
Yeah. I love it. Let's do it. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm well. You know, I'm going to wait out the rain. I can feel a bit of water. I'm not going to lie, but I'm going to suffer. I'm going to suffer for you, Grace. Grace, obviously so big, so busy. So thank you for taking this time in lockdown to chat into us today. How did you know that you wanted to get into performing?
Oh, I had been singing since the age of 6 at kind of like local talent shows, like giving it S Club Juniors and all that. I think it was just when I always used to go and watch shows with my mum. Yeah. And I just always wanted to do it. And I don't really remember the time that I was like, okay, this is it. But I remember obviously like my first time seeing like Wicked and Hairspray. And I was kind of like, I remember sitting there being like, oh, I'd love to do that. But then it wasn't kind of until I was probably about 13 and I joined the GSA Saturday School with a friend who I knew from amateur dramatics. And I was just surrounded by like really like-minded people who all wanted to do the same thing. So it kind of just happened that I always wanted to do it.
Sorry, so you mentioned GSA, and obviously I know you went to Guildford School of Acting. What was your decision? Because obviously there's a lot of people that may be watching that want to go into performing, want to go into drama school. Did you always know you wanted to go to Guildford, or was there like a long list of options for you?
Always knew. I always knew.
Really?
Yeah, I had been at the Saturday School since, as I said, the age of 13, and it was amazing there because you're taught by the teachers who are either students at GSA or teach at GSA, and also I would always watch the third year shows. So I watched like people who I really looked up to. I watched like Jodie Steele, Rob Harrison, who are big like musical theatre names. I watched all of them in their third year shows, and now I'm like pals with them, and I'm like, what? Weird. If you're watching, hey. No, but like it's crazy because I was back then when I was watching them in third year, I was like a musical theatre hopeful, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to go to this school. And yeah, so I just always knew that it was my kind of place. I didn't get in the first year and I was gutted.
Oh wow.
I didn't get an interview, which is like the last process, Anto at the time, and I got an email saying the head of year has like decided to bring you back for an interview. So it's kind of like kind of thing, and it was one of those moments I was like, what's for you won't pass you by. And like I went through a weird route, but I got there in the end, and I was convinced that it was going to be like reserve list or like foundation course, but yeah, they offered me a place, and it was it was amazing. So yeah, I was chuffed.
And since then, you have done so much. I mean, you were in the award-winning musical Six, and you're in the award-winning musical and Juliet. I mean, just talk me through like graduating and being in two such a major musicals. How did it feel?
It's just so weird. It's so weird, and it was really just whirlwind of a time because I made my professional debut and then graduated the next day. So it was kind of that like overlap of like leaving college and being in the show.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was just amazing. And I was so lucky with Six because, you know, back when I was auditioning, when I was in third year, like me and Maya, Maya Quantesbury played Catherine Parr, and she was in my year at GSA, and we auditioned for Six together, and then we got the job together, and it was amazing. And we were both kind of like, we didn't really know what Six was. Like, we were both also in for other musicals at the time. And Maya was kind of like, oh, like, I don't really know about this. Like, what is it? Because we didn't see the script. We didn't know anything about the show. It was brand new. But I just knew that I was going to love it based on the audition, because the audition was just jokes. And it was like a really young creative team. The producers were amazing. I've always had a real big soft spot for new musicals. And yeah, we got it, and we were just there like, yeah, let's just take it, and at least we've got each other, like, if it all flops. And it ended up like just blowing up around us, like going to all these award ceremonies, going to the Edinburgh Fringe, and like going on This Morning and the One Show, and it was just all this stuff was happening around us, and it was just bizarre. So I just had a moment. I'm really grateful that I did that whole thing with Maya, because it was so nice to like have a friend to go through it all with, even though we were by the end of it. But yeah, it was amazing.
Definitely. And how was it meeting Max Martin and singing hits like Hit Me Baby One More Time? I mean, how was that experience in And Juliet?
Oh, you've broken up a bit. Say that one again, sorry.
How was it like meeting Max Martin? I think it's because it's starting to rain on me. I'm just going to relocate myself. How was it like meeting Max Martin and also performing hits like Hit Me Baby One More Time on And Juliet?
Yeah. So the thing about Max is, like, I met him in my final audition, and he was on the panel along with 15 other people. And I was waiting outside to go into the room, and loads of people were going, oh my God, Max Martin's in there, Max Martin. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I'm about to go and sing Hit Me Baby One More Time in front of the man who wrote Hit Me Baby One More Time. Like, it was big. Like, that was a once in a lifetime thing. So I was also like, if I don't get this job, at least I've just done that, because that is sick. Anyway, so I was like, do you know what? He's a normal person. So I'm going to walk in. I'm going to look him in the eye, because everyone was advising me to just look above his head. And I was like, no, he's a normal person. He deserves my respect just as much as everyone else. So I'm going to go look him in the eye and, like, you know, say in my head, you are Max Martin, and I'm going to sing your song in front of you. And I kind of just looked at him, and I just did it. And it was really nice. And we didn't really chat. It was like an audition scenario. And then he was so heavily involved in the whole process. And, you know, so kind of the first day he came in was when we did the workshops a few months before we started officially. And everyone was a bit like, whoa, was Max. But now it's like, oh, hey, Max. And he's just like, he's always around. And, like, he's just, the amazing thing about him is, like, he will just be in rehearsals, and he's like, oh, I'm just going to pop out and get a coffee, put his headphones, trod onto Starbucks, grab a coffee or whatever. And I'm just there like, you're leaving this building, and there's probably people around you who are listening to your music in their ears. You probably go into a cafe and they're playing your songs on the, and they don't know who you are. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world? Like, having that, like, power. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine him being in Starbucks and, like, ordering a coffee and being like, haha, I wrote this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So were you nervous? Were you starstruck? I mean, that initial, you know, meeting point, was it like nerve-wracking for you?
Yeah, it was. But, like, by the time that we were like a few months in, and we'd see him every day, you know, it was just so cool. I don't know when the first time I performed as Juliet in front of him was, but I think it was quite early on in my run. And then on my first week on as Juliet, 3 days before the Monday of my first week, my company manager pulled me aside and she was like, I'm just telling you this to like mentally prepare you. But on Monday, Max is going to be watching. And I was like, oh, amazing, great. Like, I was sure he'd seen me before.
Yeah.
And he's bringing Katy Perry. And I was like,
wow.
Repeat that. I was like, oh, so I'm going to be on as Juliet singing Raw on a balcony. And Max Martin's going to be in the audience, who wrote the song, with Katy Perry, who sang the song. And she was like, yeah. And I was just like, thanks for letting me know. Like, walked along, like, did my makeup ready for that show. And I was like, oh my God. But I was really glad she told me in advance. But yeah, Max is amazing, long story short, and lovely, lovely, chilled guy.
Amazing. So how are you finding lockdown? Because obviously and Juliet is not going on at the moment. You're at home. I'm sure your book has freed up quite a lot since then. How are you handling it?
Do you know what? I have got to a point, especially this week, where I'm like, I really like this. I've been filling my time with so many cool projects. I started a YouTube channel and I'm really enjoying that. Because I'd love to be like a presenter one day. Like getting used to getting myself in front of a camera and also with YouTube, it's kind of just inspired me to do like challenges and fun things with my day and just get myself out of bed to film a vlog or something like that. So yeah, I've been loving YouTube. I'm also getting a puppy next week.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Very busy. And I know like a lot of people are getting like lockdown puppies, but me and my mum had actually been talking about it for months and months, way before like coronavirus was even a thing. So like we know it's the time. So I'm stressing about that. And yeah, I've been sewing and doing some crafts and just picking up new things. And I've actually been really enjoying it, and I'm finding things to fill my days with. So that's good.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about your YouTube channel, because you've already got a lot of subscribers already. I mean, you're pretty much a vlogger champion at this rate. I've already seen, Bake with Grace, and you have this on your introduction where you talk about the pronunciation of your surname, and I mean, it's very funny because you go, it's Mouat, it's not Mouat, it's not Moam, it's not this. Is that one of your pet peeves, of someone mispronouncing your surname?
Do you know what? I don't get like personally offended by it, because it's not like it's my first name,
Yeah.
But I do get it a lot. I do get Mouat or Mouat. They're the most common.
Yeah.
So when you said Mouat, I was like, wow. So yeah, I don't know how it just came about that I said that in my first vlog, but it like became a thing, and I had so many friends and so many like supporters of the shows that I've been in messaging going, I've been saying your surname wrong this whole time, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, oh, do you know what, don't worry. Do
you know what, Grace? I have to say I'm a bit like you in that sense, because I get it a lot, because my surname is pronounced Bakari, but I get Baker, Bakar, Baki, and do you know what? I kind of I stopped correcting people.
Like, yeah, that's me.
That's right. Especially on the phone, it's like, is this Mrs. Emma Bakar? I'm like, yeah, Bakar, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, oh, I can relate to you, Grace, on that point. So with your vlogging, is this something that you've always wanted to do? Because you're a natural. You've just jumped into it. You're so good. Is it something you've always wanted to do?
So it kind of came about. I did a takeover. So it was kind of like an Instagram takeover, but on YouTube. This vlogger called Bryony Rose gave me her camera for a week, and I just vlogged my life. And I watched it back, and I was like, oh my God, this is such an amazing way to like document your life and your memories. Because I always say it's all very well taking a picture, but with a video and a vlog and like something all put together well, you could like see connections with other people, and you actually watch back what you were doing. And so it was kind of it was something I'd been wanting to do for a long time, and I kind of had to start thinking about being a presenter in 2018. I knew that a YouTube channel was something that like would help with that. But I kept putting it off. And I was just putting off because I was just so worried about what other people would think of me. And like, I've never been the person to be like that. But I think the thing with YouTube is like, you're exposing yourself so much as you. And I'm used to exposing myself, but I'm used to exposing myself as a character, or as a queen in Six, or as Juliet, or as my ensemble track. Like, I'm so comfortable with being on stage in front of thousands of people and being a character. But when it's me as a person, I'm like, oh my God, like people are actually going to be like making subconscious judgments about me. And I was like, ooh, that's I don't know how I feel about that. But I'm so glad I did it, because all the reasons that I wanted to do it just outweighed that so much. And I was like, do you know what? If people don't like me, then they don't have to subscribe. Do you know what I mean? So I enjoy it. So I'm just so glad I did it. And yeah, it's encouraged me to do loads of fun things in lockdown, especially as I am hoping. Well, I've invested in a blooming expensive camera, so I'm hoping I'll continue it after lockdown.
Yeah, that was my next question, because I mean, surely, Grace, you're going to be so busy when the theatres open again. Are you going to have the time?
Well, I was thinking, because I'm very lucky, because my lovely boyfriend is actually my editor. So we kind of edit it together at the moment. So I'll kind of get rid of all the stuff that I did, and then he'll do all the funky stuff. So I do think I can do it. And I think it would be really nice to actually vlog theatres reopening, and vlog rehearsals, and vlog our opening night when we go back to Anne Juliet, because that will be like something I can look back on when I'm showing my grandkids and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely want to just put it into my daily life, because all it really is picking up the camera and pressing go, and all the excitement happens anyway. So yeah, I hope to do it.
Amazing. So you're saying that when the theatre's opening, you'll be going back to Anne Juliet. Do you have any other future plans that you can talk about?
I don't at the moment. I don't know like when the theatres are going to go back and how long they're going to go for. I'm hoping I'm hoping to like do a bit presenting when the world back up and running. I don't really have any plans for it, but I just know I want to do it, so I know I'm gonna. And I did there's a really cool new musical that's just released a video called Halls, and that's like in production, and I'd love to do like a read through for that. And yeah, I just want to keep going with the new musicals, because that's where like my heart is at the moment. So hopefully, I'm sure loads of writers would have been writing musicals in lockdown. So I can, if anyone's a writer on here, I'll read your musical for you. Apart from YouTube and Juliet, no plans, but we shall see.
We shall see. Well, Grace, thank you so much. And could you just, before you go, tell people where they can find you and about your YouTube channel, and where they can find more about you?
Yeah. So Instagram, Twitter is just Grace Mouat, Mouat. Same for YouTube, or it's the channel / Grace Mouat Vlogs. Yeah, that's it really. Nice and simple, just my name.
Just your name. So once they know that, then they can find you. That's it, that's fine.
But
Grace,
this is a really cool platform and I love it.
Oh, thank you so much, Grace. It's been great chatting to you. It's been really, really fun, so thank you so much.
And you, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So that's Grace Mouat on Urban Smash TV. Thank you so much for watching. If you're tuning in and you're like, oh no, I've missed the interview, don't worry, you can catch up at Urban Smash TV on Instagram. But until then, I will see you next time. Bye.
What's going on, people? It's Capital Extra Breakfast host Kojo here, / comedian apparently, and I'm telling you to check out Urban Smash TV. This is where it all goes down. Peace.